Good morning, everyone. Welcome into our spin class. We are going to be doing the Duplessis Climb, the famous Duplessis Climb this morning. And we are starting now, taking 5 minutes in zone 1 and 2, keeping it at about 80 to 90 RPM. So yes, the famous Duplessis Climb is in Mont Tremblant, if you don't know it. And we've got a few people joining us this morning from Mont Tremblant. Pauline may be up there. I don't know if she's joining us live yet. And we've got Sophie, who's up there now. And lots of people on who have done this Duplessis Climb before. So why is it famous? Well, we're the people who do sprint and Olympic triathlon in Mont Tremblant. You have to either do this climb once or twice for the Olympic, and it is grueling, and then come off the bike and run. For the Half Ironman and Ironman folks, morning Nancy, the Half Iron and the Ironman folks, they have to do their long ride, and then they end the triathlon with this Duplessis Climb. The full iron guys have to do it twice, and the half iron do it once. So we are going to simulate the Duplessis Climb. Why are we doing this today? We are celebrating doing the Team Triumph Triathlon Club training camp, but we're doing it indoors from our own homes today. So our challenge is to do the Duplessis Climb workout, followed by a long run. You can also pick one of Maggie's warm-up videos, which is on our YouTube channel, and then head out for your run or a walk if you're not a runner. The challenge is to do somewhere between 5 and 15 kilometers today. For some people, it's 18. Those are the people who are actually training to complete their own half iron in a couple of weeks coming up in June. So that's what's going on. Tomorrow, we're going to challenge you to do one of our swim videos on our YouTube channel for strength training, not real swimming, unless you've got a pool, go for it. And then we are challenging you to do a 2 to 3 hour bike ride, either indoors or out, or maybe a combination of the two. I'll probably do a combination of the two. And from there, you can relax and recover, because on Friday, we're going to be bringing in some nice yin yoga for you to recover. All right, where are we at? 2 minutes left here. And then we're going to add a little more gear and bring ourselves up into zone 2, 3. So I'm going to be calling this out, and there's no real rhyme or reason to Duplessis. So I'll be suddenly saying, okay, climb, and then descend. When you're climbing today, I'm going to ask you to try to keep your RPMs low, 60 to 70 RPM, and add big gears. And I'll call out the zone that you're going to work at. So don't you worry, but there's no 2 minutes on, 2 minutes off. It's just all over the map, which makes it really fun and interesting. It's more like being outside. We are trying to simulate climbing and descending outside. So I've got a big sheet here, paper, to remind me what's happening and when. I also have it going on Zwift, so Zwift can remind me as well. You may hear a little ding, and if you hear that ding, you know that it's time to switch up what we're up to. So I've got how many people? 1, 2, 3, 6 people on the ride on Zwift with me, 7 people on the ride on Facebook, for a total of 14 of us. What a day. Great riding with you all. Thank you for being here. You're keeping me sane. I hope I'm keeping you sane. All right, where are we at? Just a few seconds left here. And then we're switching it up and taking 10 minutes in zone 2 and 3. So as you're warming up in zone 2 and 3, you're going to start to feel the need to start breathing out a little heavier through the mouth. So if you can imagine, we come out of the transition zone, we get to pedal lightly for a few pedal strokes or a few minutes, and then it starts to get more challenging. All right, here it is. Start building up your power. 80 to 90 on the RPMs, zone 2 and 3. So you start to feel the breathing changing here. Starting to breathe a little bit harder through your mouth. Keeping that pedal stroke nice and smooth. And I am going to see if I can turn up the volume over here, but I don't think I can. Oh well, I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this other screen on my left here so I can call out the workout for you. What's going on in this media virtual world? All right, we got 8 people on. I saw Sue Martin Bush is on. Well done, Sue, 2 weeks in a row, you made it. I know you want to be here. Sometimes technology doesn't always help. It's great when it works, not so great when it doesn't work. All right, so we're spinning at 80 to 90. Getting ready to hit Duplessis Hill. And if you've ever been up Duplessis, you know, whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Lots of big hills. Hope you've got some good tunes in the background. You got some good climbing songs, that would be great for today. This is what we need. Get that music cranked. And that cranks our souls, gets us going. Shoulder rolls. Trying to feel a little tension in my shoulders. Keeping them relaxed. Finding a nice soft grip on the handlebars. We don't want to hold our handlebars like this, right? Let that go, shake that off, shake that off. Keep those shoulders relaxed and a slight bend in the elbows. That's it. Pedal stroke is nice and flowy. Now, normally we don't get to warm up this long into Duplessis, but most people would have ridden over to Duplessis. We don't usually park at the bottom and start. So we're giving you a nice long warm up so that you're ready to rock those hills. Our first hill will be in zone 4, just for a minute. And what I've tried to do is I've taken the elevation profile from Duplessis, looked at the data files. I know I'm a little dorky sometimes. Taking the data files off of some of our members on Training Peaks, and I can see what sort of training stress and how much power they put out on every hill. So I've tried to completely simulate each of those hills and the same training stress that you would get on Duplessis. We also know that Duplessis from the transition zone is about 20, 21 kilometers. So this whole ride, if you're not on a trainer and you're on your bike in your basement, this should be about 20 kilometers, given the different intensities. All right, what do we got? About 5 minutes left here, 5.5, before we hit the big stuff. Still keeping that nice steady flow, 80 to 90 RPMs. Starting to change up how you're feeling. And maybe you're starting to breathe out through the mouth a little bit more. As you start to feel a little bit of an incline coming in here. And by the way, when we're on the hills, I promise I will stop talking. I will breathe alongside with you on those hills. So be prepared to crank up your music so you don't have to hear my heavy breathing. All right, 5 minutes left, 80 to 90. I'm really excited about trying this. I tried putting one of these workouts together, tried it on my own, and went, it's not hard enough. It only had a training stress score of 60 points. This training stress score is 77. So we've lifted it up. Hopefully it's manageable and you all can do it. If at any time you need to back down, listen to your body and back down. And if you know your heart rate's at threshold, that's a helpful number to know. So if you know that your heart rate is 145 at threshold, then you know that you've probably hit it, and threshold would be zone 4-5. That's when we cross from zone 4 into 5, right? We also clear our throat sometimes there, like that, which reminds me, I haven't turned that heart rate monitor up. And we're on. La 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 la. Indoor cycling, there we go. So much technology, so much fun. Think about a smooth pedal stroke. Come right back to that. So as we hit our first climb, generally we start to push the butt back on the saddle. So when you hit that first climb and crank up that gear into zone 4, try to shift your buttocks back onto the saddle, and it gives you a little bit more strength by extending the length of your pedal stroke. So give that a shot, see how it feels. If you're purely looking at watts, notice if your watts go up as you shift your buttocks back in the saddle. Okay, a little more water as we get into the hill. Noticing that heart rate, that breathing starting to change as you're shifting into zone 3. Feeling that. You probably noticed I'm not in a pain cave. I'm up on the second floor. I've got a beautiful view here out the window, watching people walking by with their dogs, doing their yards. It's fun. Relax those shoulders, slight bend in the elbows. All right, so that heart rate's coming up nicely now that I can see it. I need a little volume. I'm gonna try sneaking up some volume here at my place. Hopefully you won't be able to hear it. If you can hear it, I get shut down by Facebook. All right, what do we got? 1 minute left. Oh, that writing's small. 1 minute left. And then we're going right on that hill. Zone 4 for 1 minute. 60 to 70 RPMs. And then we descend for 1 minute in zone 1. Climb, descend. Then after that, 45 seconds right into zone 5 and a 2 minute zone 1, 2. So you can see that's the kind of ride we're having today. Lots of ups, lots of downs. Kind of like what life is like right now. We have good days and bad, challenging and not so. When everything feels normal, Those are the good days. When everything's kind of feeling out of whack. Maybe not so good. All right, 10 seconds to go. Get ready to shift your gear. Going right up a hill, 60 to 70 RPM. Zone 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Slow down the legs, 60 to 70 RPM. Shift that gear. Climbing strong. Just a little teaser. 1 minute here. Shift that butt back on the saddle. See if you can get more power that way. More strength. Got 9 people on here now. This is exciting. Another 6 on Zwift. 7 on Zwift. What a morning. All right, we're almost there. 10 more seconds. And zone 1, recover. We're descending. Turn those legs right over. When we descend, the RPMs are 80 to 95. Turn those legs right over. Last legs. Getting ready again for our next little hill. 45 seconds, next hill. Zone 5. Get ready to spin a lot slower. And climb strong. Option to take this up out of the saddle if that feels good. For 45 seconds, big climb. All right, coming up in 10 seconds. Get ready for it. Shifting gear, pulling that in. 5, 3, 2, 1. Slow down those legs, climb strong. 45 seconds, right there. Big hill. Feel free to take it up out of the saddle. I'm gonna move that back. There we go. See if you can take 45 up out of the saddle. 45 seconds, zone 5. Give it a push. That's it, work it hard. Right to the top of this short little hill. And let it go. A little descend, zone 1, 2. And spin those legs fast again. Nice and quick. That's it. Imagine yourself up and down, up and down. When we climb, the legs are slow. When we descend, we turn them over. Nice and fast. We have 2 minutes here, and then we repeat again. 45 seconds in zone 5. Heart rates are coming up. Promise not to breathe too hard. So see if you can try it out of the saddle again. 45 seconds of climbing in zone 5. 7 seconds to go. Here it is. 3, 2, 1. Slow down the legs. Add that big gear. That's it. And let's take it up out of the saddle. 45 seconds. Go. Whoosh. Let's do it. All the way up. And recover, descend. Speed up those legs. That's it, don't slow them down. All right. Whew. Woo-hoo. Nice work. Come back to a beautiful form. Relax shoulders. Nice easy flow in the legs. Coming up next, we start the big ramp up. 3 minutes in zone 3, 3 minutes in zone 4, 1 minute in zone 5. All climbing, 60 to 70 RPM. Enjoy this lovely little descent. Nice easy legs, nice easy breath. Keep smiling. My apologies. We are doing zone 4 again. I just noticed on this screen. All right, we are doing zone 4 again for 1 minute, then a 1 minute descent, and then zone 5 for 1 minute and a 1 minute descent. All right, coming up soon. What do we got? 15 seconds. Getting ready for zone 4. Powering up this next hill for 1 minute. 60 to 70 RPM. Getting ready in 3, 2, 1, and go. Zone 5, sorry, zone 5. 45 seconds. I need better contacts. All right, 45 seconds, zone 5. Steady, hard climb in zone 5. And recover, descend. 2 minutes. Fast turnover on the legs. Zone 1, 2. Let's go. Two minutes here. The surprises just keep coming, gang. All right, I think the next one we're gonna start the ramp up. But right, sometimes we don't know what's on the road ahead of us, but we still have to keep riding and we're not gonna stop. Keep riding. We do know there's a big, long hill coming up very soon. Prepare, recover on this descent. Cheers. All right. We shall never surrender. Where's that music when I need it? Supertramp with Winston Churchill in the background, reminding us we shall never surrender. Life throws all kinds of challenges at us, gang, but we never give up. What's the point? Life is too beautiful to give up. We just got to keep going and do our best to get through all the challenges. All right, coming up soon. We have a hill. 10 more seconds. And shift into your zone 3. Zone 3 for 3 minutes. Slow down those legs. We're starting this ramp up climb. 3 minutes in zone 3, 3 minutes in zone 4, and 1 minute in zone 5. Slow down those legs, 60 to 70 RPM. Maybe shift that butt back on the saddle if you didn't do that already. Finding that lovely flow in the legs to keep you climbing strong. So we need that breath to keep us below threshold as long as we can. Because we know as soon as we hit threshold, that heart rate goes up and we can't maintain for too much longer. 3 minutes of climbing here. Feel free to jump out of the saddle and take breaks anytime you like. I mean breaks out of the saddle. I don't mean breaks in the zone. Hang into that zone. You got the fitness. You got what it takes. Mental toughness. Keeping that heart rate down. Starting to sweat. Whew. Somebody open the window. Oh. You guys can all take off your first layer of tops if you want. Nobody's watching. Who cares, right? All right, another 15 seconds. That went quick. Then we're going to hit zone 4. Adding more gear. Same pace. 60 to 70 RPM. Don't slow down your legs. Add more gear and go. Three minutes in zone 4 here. Getting that heart rate going up now. Think about the feet. Lift up your toes. Are they scrunched? Pressing it down on the pads of your feet. Noticing if you can create more power that way. As we shift it into zone 4, Sue, are your shoulders up here? Drop them down. I know your style. I'm the same way. I usually lift my left one. Bring them down. Shift all that strength, all that power into the legs, not into your shoulders. Relax your grip. Shift the power in the legs. You don't need to hold any strength in the upper body right now. Nice strong core. Using that full extension of the leg by shifting the butt back onto the saddle. Big climb. Heart rate's coming up. It's what we want. Use that breath. Holding it under threshold. for another 45 seconds. And then we're going over threshold, zone 5, for 1 minute. Power it up. It's going to get a lot steeper. "15 seconds. Getting ready to change gear again. Keep that pedal stroke exactly where it is though. 60 to 70 RPMs. Ready? Shift gear and go. Zone 5, 1 minute here. Climbing it strong. Feel free to take it up out of the saddle anytime you like. Strong legs, strong mind, strong body. Let's go. Whoosh. There we go. There's that throat clearing, hitting threshold. Almost there. Sweat pouring down into the eyes. Whoosh. Let's go. Take it all the way in because we get to descend after this. And descend. Oh, now we have to turn the legs over right away. Don't slow down those legs. Pick up the speed. 80 to 90 RPMs. 2 minutes here. Hallelujah. There are breaks on Duplessis. Oh. Well, posture break if you need it. Nice job, gang. Nice ramp up there. Using your breath to bring the heart rate down so you can prepare for the next one. Next coming up, 2 minutes in zone 5. Steep pitch in zone 5. 60 to 70 RPM. Keep smiling. More fun to come. Those descents get shorter and shorter, seemingly, as we go along. 2 minutes in zone 5 coming up in about 30 seconds with a 1 minute and 30 second descent after that. So 2 minutes, zone 5 coming up. Again, climbing 60 to 70 RPM. Getting ready for it. Bring that heart rate down. 10 seconds. Here it is. Shifting gears, slowing down the legs. 3, 2, 1, and go. "60 to 70 RPMs. Sue Martin just sent me a quick text. Hi, you can see me. Yes, Sue, I can just feel you. I might not be able to see you, but I know when those shoulders go up. And drop them down right now. We all hold our tension in different places, and a lot of us, me especially, hold it in the shoulders. It's nice to have a mirror in front of you when you're spinning. Got one set up here, so I can see when they lift. Oh, this is hard. 60 to 70 RPM in zone 5. And stop talking now. 1 minute left. My legs are slowing down. All right, speed them up. 60 to 70. This is tough. Pull it on out of the saddle whenever you like. There's my threshold. Clear in the throat. 30 seconds to go, gang. Let's do it. Strong legs, strong body, strong mind. Whoosh. Almost there. It's relentless. 10 more seconds. Whew. And descend. Minute and a half here, 90 seconds. Zone 1. Turn the legs over. Right at the top of that hill. Make your competition look like you're fresh in their minds. If they see you turning those legs over at the top, they think you're fresh. Even if you're not. Scoot by them. You got what it takes. Smile and that'll really piss them off. That you're actually having fun and you're loving what you're doing. Because aren't we? That's why we're here. Give ourselves a push. We don't do this by ourselves. We're very comfortable going out in zone 2, riding forever. But we're not so comfy doing the tough stuff. That's why it's so important to train with a tribe. Work it hard together. All right, coming up next, another ramp up. 3 minutes zone 3, a minute and a half zone 4, a minute in zone 5, and 30 seconds in zone 6. Whoosh. 6.5 minute interval of climbing. Are we all ready for this? 3, 2, 1. Slow down the legs. Zone 3. We start it. 4-step gradual climb, 6 minutes. Starting it in zone 3. Should have toweled down at the beginning. Here we go. All right. Keep the sweat out of the eyes. We're almost at the top of Duplessis here. 6 more minutes. This is the final big pitch to the top. Shoulders down. Keeping that breath steady. Trying to stay under thresholds. Again, I don't want to burn a match quite yet. We're going to be burning them at the top of this one. Always checking in on that heart rate, seeing where it is. If you're not using watts, it's a really useful tool to see where you're at. And you start to, in time, learn what each heart rate feels like, what each zone feels like, and check in on the heart rate at the same time. Next week on Wednesday, we're going to start playing around with testing those heart rates. All right, coming up next, minute and a half in zone 4. Sweating, sweating, sweating. Getting ready for the next one. Climb on. Here it is. 5 seconds. Get ready for it. Shifting gears. Don't change your pedal speed. And go. Strong legs. Zone 4. Minute and a half. 60 to 70 on RPM. Let's go, gang. We will work together. We celebrate together. Heart rates are coming up. And here my breathing is changing here. We all start to get a little quieter in zone 4. All right, get ready for it. We're going into zone 5 for 1 minute. Ready? Shift gear and go. Zone 5. Try not to slow down your legs. Keep them right where they are. Shifting that gear only. We're over threshold now. 1 minute. Zone 6 coming up next, 30 seconds in zone 6. This is hard, really hard. 3, 2, 1, and go. Zone 6, lots of power. Just 30 seconds here. All the way to the top. All right, we just hit the turnaround. Good job. Descend. We made it. Turn those legs over. Remember, smiling at the competition as you start your descent. Making it look like that was easy. And you are fresh. Love it. But by the way, if you remember, on the way up, we did have descents. You know what that means. On the way back, we got to climb back up those descents. It's an out and back course. Climb to the top, come all the way back down to the bottom. So spikes on the way down too. Here's our first spike, zone 3. 4 minutes, go. 60 to 70 RPMs. This is usually on Duplessis where I take a little snack break. Climbing in zone 3, not too bad. Grab behind me, grab my baby food or whatever it is that you guys like to chomp down on. Today we're just doing an hour. Maybe you don't need it, maybe you do. It's a good time to grab your snack and get ready, because after this, we're going for a run. I'm gonna grab some water. Zone 3, 4 minutes here. After that zone 6, this zone 3 climb doesn't feel so bad anymore. Take saddle breaks when you need them. Taking it up out of the saddle. Maybe you want to do some of this zone 3 climb out of the saddle, a couple of minutes. We've got 2 minutes and 20 seconds left in zone 3. And then we get to descend in zone 2 and then in zone 1 with a couple more spikes on the way down. 1.5 minutes left on this zone 3 climb. Checking that heart rate, see where it's at. See what your zone 3 feels like. See what your zone 3 heart rate looks like. That is consistent, just breathing out through the mouth. In 40 seconds, we're going to hit zone 2. With a little headwind coming at us as we descend. And as you hit zone 2, I'm going to ask you to turn over those pedals nice and fast, 85 to 95 RPMs. Getting ready for it. Here it is, 9 seconds. Shifting gears. And zone 2, pick up your speed. 85 to 95. Yee-hoo! Coming down that hill. Oh, that feels good. Fast legs, fast legs, fast legs. That's it, turn them over. We aren't coasting here. We're riding. We're riding down this hill in zone 2 with a bit of a headwind. All right, and zone 1. Down we go. 2 minutes here. 85 to 95. On Duplessis, we'd probably take a nice tuck, but we can't do that. Not on a spinning bike. We're not tucking. We're just going to keep pedaling, but with light resistance. Turning the legs over nice and fast, 85 to 95. Take a posture break anytime you need it. Sitting up, it's a good time to do it. Or maybe you want to practice your tuck and come right down into arrow onto your bars. Fast legs, fast legs, fast legs. That's it. Two minutes here. And then we hit our next little spike. Whew. 2 minutes in zone 5 coming up after this. Yippee. I love it when Zwift lines up with what we're doing. On Zwift, we're in Innsbruck right now, and we're descending on the hill at a negative 13%. Woo. All right, next little spike. 2 minutes in zone 5. Get ready for it. Here it is. 5 seconds. Get ready to slow down the legs. Slow down the legs. Go. 2 minutes. Zone 5. Climb strong. 60 to 70 RPMs. Take it out of the saddle if that feels good. Strong. Strong, that's it. Zone 5. Strong legs, strong body, strong mind. Let's go. 1 more minute. There's that threshold. Whew. 20 seconds. Let's go. All the way in. All the way up to the top of that zone 5 spike. And let it go, reduce that power. And spin fast. Zone 1, descend, 80 to 90 RPM. Showing your competition, you got what it takes to be stronger than they are. Smile, look back, say to yourself, you did it. Fast legs, 80 to 90 RPM. Minute and a half here. We have 1 final spike left on this Duplessis Climb. Zone 4 spike for 3.5 minutes. And then we get to descend to the transition zone. I promise you, there's just 1 more spike left. Three and a half minute zone 4 coming up. Climbing strong. 10 seconds. Start preparing your gear. 2, 1, and go. 60 to 70 RPM. Slow down those legs. This is the last spike. 3.5 minutes. Let's do it, gang. Tribal warfare, here it is. Watch those shoulders, bring down. No bend in the elbows. We're almost back at the transition zone. That's what we're smiling about, because we know it's coming up really soon. We know this is the last spike, and then we get to run. Love it or hate it, we get to run. Posture, watch that posture. Minute and a half to go. Let's do it. Let's do it. Whoosh. Almost there. Countdown clock is on. 40 more seconds. Take it to the top of this final spike, because you know you will get to descend after this. 9 seconds. Almost there. Getting ready to turn the legs over again, nice and fast. And release your gear. Descend. We're going right into the transition zone now. Fast legs. Smiling. We're celebrating together. I hope you're smiling too. Duplessis Climb, almost complete. Strong. Nice work. Woo! We don't have the luxury of having a towel when we triathlon, only in the transition zone. Woo! Nice fast turner over on those legs, because you know we want to flush out that hydrogen, that lactate, so that we can run. All right, we're gonna take another 30 seconds together, and I'm gonna shut down on the video feed so we can upload it to YouTube. They only let us do an hour. So, cool down properly, please. Keeping it in zone 1, slowing down your breath, slowing down your heart rate. Give yourself a good stretch, and have a fantastic Tremblant camp. Remember, we're walking or running 5 to 15 kilometers after a good warm up with one of Maggie's YouTube videos on strength and warming up for running. Mwah. Love you all. See you soon. Post it on Strava. Have a great afternoon.